Hey everybody, I'm Jordan Garza and welcome back to Unredacted. So before we get started today, I just want to say, past 2 weeks, it might looks like I haven't uploaded. I'm just going to say I apologize. Last week, 100% my bad. I dropped the ball. I just couldn't get around to uploading and it just didn't happen. The week before that, I did put up a video about Elon Musk and some of the things going on in the pipeline, but YouTube had some issues with fair use. It got taken down. I re-uploaded it. They took it down again. And I was just like, all right, fine. You guys win. We'll let this one go. And then, like I said, the following week, I dropped the ball. So I apologize. I really appreciate it if you guys came back to check me out again. I'm going to stay more consistent from now on. I know I've said that in the past and I've faltered, but we're really going to try to put some laser focus on this one. So that being said, we're back in the saddle and let's read the news. So first thing on today, Boston. I like Boston. Boston's a cool city. You know, they got Boston Dynamics. I love robots. Chowder is amazing. And Mark Wahlberg. I mean, Boston's great, but this I just can't stand for. So BYU University has been working on coronavirus research, and this is from the Daily Mail. Exclusive, this is playing with fire. It could spark a lab-generated pandemic. Experts slam Boston lab where scientists have created a new deadly COVID strain with 80% kill rate. Now, before we get started reading the article, I just want to ask, why? Under what circumstances? Research. I mean, are you trying to make a bioweapon? I don't understand. This is supposed to be done and gone with. We aren't supposed to be worried about coronavirus. Even Joe Biden said the pandemic is over. So why are we still doing research on a thing that caused us 2 years of suffering? I don't know. Maybe they can explain it, but I'm pretty sure any reasoning they give is going to be bullshit. So let's get into it. So the researchers added an Omicron spike protein to the original Wuhan COVID strain. Now, if you're unaware, let me break it down a little quicker. Let me try to explain it a little bit quicker. So you have the Omicron variant, which came out after the Alpha variant. The Omicron variant is much less deadly, but highly more infectious, causing it to rapidly reproduce much quicker than the Alpha variant. These mega brains in Boston decided to do was, we'll take the spike protein from the Omicron variant and add it to the Alpha variant. The spike protein is what causes the Omicron variant to be highly infectious, but Omicron is less deadly. So when they took that spike protein and added it to the Alpha variant, it caused the Alpha variant to become extremely infectious like the Omicron while still retaining a high level of lethality. Why? I don't understand how this benefits us in any way, shape, or form. Oh, we're doing it for research. This will help us to better understand the virus in the future. Many scientists and experts have said under no circumstances would these kind of mutations happen naturally. So the only reason you would be preparing for this kind of thing, virus weapon that's been released onto the public. Do not give me we're here for research. No. I do not believe you. So the Omicron spike is highly mutated, which made the most infectious variant ever. 8 of 10 mice infected with this lab-created strain died in the Boston University lab. The Omicron variant, when used on these same mice, did not kill any of the mice. All were infected, none succumbed to the illness. The Alpha variant, I think it did kill almost all of the mice in the original variant. But I do not understand why you would go out of your way to make this more deadly. So let's read what they had to say from the Daily Mail. Boston University scientists were today condemned for playing with fire after it emerged that they had created a lethal new COVID strain in a laboratory. DailyMail.com revealed the team had made a hybrid virus, combining Omicron and the original Wuhan strain that killed 80% of the mice in a study. The revelation exposes how dangerous virus manipulation research continues to go on in the U.S. despite fears similar practices may have started the pandemic. And oh no, that wasn't what lab? No, it was the guy eating the bat soup. That's what caused the pandemic. It couldn't have been lab grown. It couldn't have been proven by multiple scientists that there is no way in nature this virus could have made the jump from animals to humans. It is a chimera engineered virus. There is no way in nature this virus jumps from animals to humans without lab intervention. This is why people believe it was a lab leak, not some random wet market across the street. It just doesn't make scientific sense based on experts' analyzation of this situation. So, Professor Shuman Shapira, a leading scientist of the Israeli government, said this should be totally forbidden. It's playing with fire. I agree. Gain-of-function research when viruses are purposely manipulated to be more infectious or deadly, and is thought to be the center of COVID's origin. Hey, I thought I was just some conspiracy theorist spouting off nonsense, right? Nope, right here. It's it's right here on corporate media, so don't give me that I'm the crazy guy in Texas. Chinese laboratory located just miles from the first cluster of cases carried out similar research on bat coronaviruses. But the practice has been largely restricted in the U.S. since 2017. Dr. Richard Urbright, a chemist of Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey, told DailyMail.com that the research is a clear example of gain-of-function research. It has been restricted since 2017. They did not get permission. They did not go through the proper channels to do this kind of research, and I have that on the next article. Let's move on. He added, if we are to avoid a next lab-generated pandemic, it is imperative that oversight and enhanced potential pandemic pathogen research be strengthened. What he's saying is we need to have more regulations, more rules, less research on gain of function. And so right here, this is just kind of showing you what they did to the coronavirus to make it so much more infectious, killing 8 of the 10 mice in this study. So in new research, which has not been peer reviewed, they're also not going through oversight. Like I just said, a team of researchers from Boston and Florida extracted the Omicron spike protein, the unique structure that binds into and invades human cells. It has always been present, but it has become even more evolved over time. Omicron has dozens of mutations in its spike proteins that made it so infectious. Researchers attached the Omicron spike protein to the original wild-type strain of the first emergence of Wuhan that started the pandemic. The researchers looked into how mice fared under the new hybrid strain compared to the original Omicron variant, killing 80% of the mice. And I believe the Omicron variant didn't kill any. So this is a couple of pictures from Boston Labs. This is they're doing it. I believe this is a level 3 security containment. They're in a sealed room, they're also in a sealed cabinet doing this work. So they are taking the precautions, but it takes one mistake. It takes one intern not paying attention. It takes one small puncture, and now you have a global pandemic with an 80% kill rate that's been lab grown to be more infectious, more deadly than anything nature could have provided. So I go back to the beginning of this when I said, why? Why on God's green earth would you go, hey, I got an idea. Let's make it worse. We just got done with all of this. Let's see if we can kill more people. I mean, this to me just points more to the Great Reset. They're just trying to find more and more creative ways to kill off the people they don't think are worth being here, the needless eaters, as they call us. So again, like I said, hey, you're doing research. I'm sure you have great intentions, but nothing in this that I'm reading tells me in any way how this is going to help us combat this disease in the future. To me, if you ask me, the only point of this disease is not for research. It's not so we can learn. It's to kill more people. It's to kill more people efficiently. And that's why I have an issue with Boston now. Anyway, so if you've been following the news the past couple weeks while I've been away, again, I apologize. You might have seen that the polling has taken a pretty dramatic shift in the past couple of days, leading to the Republicans being more favorable to win the midterm elections. And a lot of people are saying, why is that? You know, Biden has all the right policies. He's pro-choice. He's trying to help LGBTQ rights, trans rights, right? Maybe it's the economy, stupid. Maybe it's because every time Biden opens his mouth, it's a lie, or he stutters or can't figure out what the hell he's trying to talk about. Or maybe it's because of quid pro quo. Oh, that big dangerous word we've been hearing. It's all Trump's fault, right? No, this one's Biden's. This is from the Washington Examiner. Where is the outrage over Biden's quid pro quo? And I ask you, where is the outrage? I haven't seen that much on social media, but every time 2 years ago when I opened up Facebook or Twitter, Trump this, Trump that, Ukraine, Trump did this. It's all a narrative. It's all fake. And I want you guys to see that this close to the midterms. Do not be blinded by thinking the Democrats are here to help you. The Republicans aren't here to help you. The government is here to govern you. They don't care about you. Now am I hyperbolic? Maybe. The term quid pro quo is at the center of the obsessive attempt to unseat then President Donald Trump. I at least give you that it was obsessive. They had Trump derangement syndrome, the lot of them. The assertion was that Trump was pressuring the Ukrainian government into investigating the Biden's family business dealings, leveraging $400 million in military aid package in return. Critics argued that Trump was leveraging national power and foreign policy for his own personal political benefit. Trump essentially was impeached for offering something in return for something else. Indeed, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff pushed for impeachment based on one phone call Trump had the Ukrainian president, describing it as a shakedown. Now, if you've read the Schiff report or the Steele dossier, you will know that Trump literally said, no quid pro quo. I only want an investigation to make sure there's no malfeasance going on here. And then there was referring, he's trying to investigate his political rival. He wants to stop Joe Biden before he can run. When this happened, Joe Biden wasn't running for office. It was a year into Trump's presidency. So don't tell me he was trying to investigate his political rival. Trump is a bad man. Trump might be an idiot from time to time, but there is no evidence that he was breaking the law. And you have 2 impeachment trials to back up my claims. So, I don't know. So let's look at the Biden quid pro quo, right? Fight the fact that Joe Biden boasted about doing a very similar thing. I looked at them and said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. This is from Joe Biden. I looked at them and said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor is not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch, he got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid at the time. Biden said that withholding the $1 billion in loan guarantees from Ukraine with the demand that the country's top and corrupt prosecutor be dismissed. So he said, if you don't dismiss the prosecutor who's investigating my son at Burisma, you're not getting the $1 billion. And son of a bitch, he got fired. And that sounds like a quid pro quo to me. And not only for political gain, for financial gain. They did this to keep his son on the board of Burisma. He has no experience in oil gas, but he's on the board of an oil and gas company in Ukraine, where Biden said, if you don't get rid of this prosecutor, you're not getting the $1 billion. That is a quid pro quo. And I won't have any. Go ahead, type furiously in the comments that I'm crazy, I'm wrong, you're just a right wing. Dude, I read it all. You can look at my tabs. Fox News isn't up there, bro. CNN is. MSNBC is, the New York Post is, but I'm the crazy one. That's what I love. I'm always the crazy one. Let's move on. Talking about something maybe a little more recent. Hey, that was in the past. That was before he was the president. What are you going to do? You can't be upset about that. Fine. Come 2022, just weeks before the midterm elections, and that's why he did it. Listen to this. Quid pro quo Joe is at it again, at least according to Saudi Arabia. On Wednesday, Riyadh announced the government of the kingdom clarified through its continuous consultation with the U.S. administration all the economic analysis indicate the postponing of the OPEC Plus decision for, according to what has been suggested, would have negative economic consequences. Now, in case that was a little technical, let me break it down. Joe Biden went to the Saudi Arabian government and said, will you please postpone your decision to reduce oil production through OPEC Plus by 1 month? Not indefinitely, not let's talk about opening production to get prices down, not, hey, how do we make it so that you don't need to do this reduction? Not how can we make things better for everyone? How can we make this make economic sense so that everybody can survive and do well? No, give me 1 month so that I can get through the midterms and keep the polling on my side. That is a quid pro quo. Yes, we should take anything uttered by Saudi Arabia with a handful of salt. Still, a statement is accurate. It appears that Joe Biden made a demand of the Riyadh of his own for his own political convenient reasons. Namely, he wanted to avoid rising gas prices before the midterm elections. Hey, what did I just say? So if Trump was guilty as the House representative clearly believed an impeachable offense by using the office of president to pressure foreign governments into beneficial behavior, then Joe Biden is guilty of precisely the same thing. That the accusations of impropriety laid out during the first impeachment efforts were accurate, what did Trump have to gain? The answer is simple: dirt on his opponent. But his victory or defeat was still uncertain. Compared to the Biden, who has single-handedly steered American economy into the brink of inflation-laden collapse, with gas prices starting as a part of one of the most prominent symptoms of Biden's failure, asking the Saudi Arabian regime to delay, not cease, their decision for just long enough the midterm elections to pass, not of Biden's care for the American people, but for his political future. What did I say at the beginning of this video? The government doesn't care about you. The Republicans, no. The Democrats, Biden, definitely not. He's just trying to figure out how to extract as much wealth from the system before it's time for him to go, because we all know he's not making the next cycle of elections. Don't give, he'll run. Why hasn't he announced? He hasn't. While the outcome of Trump's supposed effort to elicit investigations into the Biden family is unclear, the missing reward for Biden is clear. As gas prices rise, his midterm election chances fall. And that's what I said before I even got started with this article. So, sometimes you can just skip ahead because I've got it all right here, baby. So, that's pretty much it for me today, guys. Like I said, I apologize again about, the lack of content. Last week, my fault. I dropped the ball. I apologize profusely. The week before that, YouTube was just giving me a lot of hassle about fair use, and then there were some issues because I said I put misinformation on my video. Everything I do is off of articles. I use other sources. I use multiple sources. I try really hard not to go to Fox News or CNN because they're both so far on either side of the spectrum. You can't really trust what they say. I remember during the last election cycle, I was at the gym. There's a TV right here, TV right here. One's got Fox News, one's got CNN. And I'm like, hey, it's great. I like a little mix. So I'm running on the treadmill, and I look up to the right. On Fox News, they're saying no quid pro quo in Russia. It's all a hoax. We've looked into it. We have the transcript from his calls. No, he just was asking for an investigation. I'm like, I glanced this side. CNN, Trump is engaged in quid pro quo. He's trying to pressure the Ukrainians to help his political rival. What? Y'all got to make, what I'm saying? CNN, all opinion based. Oh no, he's a Russian agent. He's been a Russian agent for years. And then Fox News, oh well, Biden is the worst. Democrats are the worst, and the Trump is innocent. Very little evidence on either side. The only thing I can give is Fox News at least had the transcript of the call saying, hey, he literally said no quid pro quo, just want an investigation to make sure there's no malfeasance. Why is Joe Biden saying on stage, hey, I told him you're going to fire that son of a bitch or you're not getting the $1 billion. Son of a bitch, he got fired. I think that's worth looking into. Now he's telling the Saudi Arabians, hey, look, you want to reduce oil? That's fine. No skin off my teeth. But could you wait a month? Because it would really help my election prospects. It would really help my polls if you waited a month so we could keep gas prices down. That's evil. Maybe Trump's evil. I don't know the guy personally. But what I can say is if you look at the numbers, best economic, gas, unemployment, best numbers of our lives. Was that because of Trump? Maybe. Sure seems that way. I can't guarantee it. You know what I can guarantee? What's going on right now is Biden's fault. Because you can look at the numbers. You can look at the charts. You look at when he signed these record-setting executive orders, everything went to shit. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm just the dumb Texas guy who doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, another video coming up later this week. You guys keep your eyes open, your ears to the ground. You stay safe out there. I'll see you next time.